What's going on, guys? Good evening to everyone. Welcome back to Real Reds Talk, the authentic football fan channel made in Manchester. This is your Transfer Tuesday with a little bit of a twist.
We want plays out, and we want plays out. We want plays out, and we want plays out. We want plays out, and we want plays out.
Yes, what's popping, people? Welcome back to Real Reds. I've already said that, but welcome back. Worst day of the week, but a great show to kind of balance it out. We've got the Leeds preview to kick things off. Pog back for £10 million, and we're going to discuss that as well. I'll be very interested to get the opinions of that. And King of the Hill Striker Edition Part 1. Very interactive, as always. And I know people appreciate the interactive stuff, so we thought we'd do that for you guys. So make sure you get involved in the comment section, smash a like in the video, subscribe to the channel. We've got Sam, Adam, Sadum in the cut, and we've also got Chivy as well, fresh back from Wales, skinning sheep or something. I'm not entirely sure, but how are we doing, fellas?
Oh, good.
Yes,
yeah,
everybody else?
Not too bad.
Feeling really, really good.
Yeah, good. It seemed a little bit. I don't know.
Do you want to do another take? Do you want to do another take of it?
I'll go back. I'll go back through it.
Go back round.
How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing terrific, Nick. How are you doing?
Yes, there we go. That's the level. That's the bar that we need to set with that.
On a terrific Tuesday.
What a terrific Tuesday. It's like we're on MUTV. Love nice and polished. That's what we want. Yeah. That's what we want.
Just push the revolver out of the camera shot while we're being forced to say this.
Yeah. Lovely Tuesday. Also, just a quick shout out to Ahmad. Happy birthday to my son. I know it's his birthday today, so I have to wish him happy birthday. I'll get your card round to you shortly. Just not at the time at the moment. Right, lads, let's just kick it straight into it. Manchester United are kicking off their pre-season tomorrow with the game against Leeds in Oslo. Of course, I'll be doing a live watch along for this. Make sure you come and join me from 3:00. Very exciting. It'll be an opportunity for new signing Mason Mount to make his non-competitive debut after a £55 million move. Adam, what do you think viewers can expect from Mason Mount heading into this pre-season?
It's going to be interesting to see how Ten Hag actually deploys him. Is he going to play him as a number 10 maybe tomorrow, or play in that kind of number 8 position? I think we'll probably see a bit of both. I expect him to get a lot of minutes too, and I know we'll get into it later, but I also probably expect him to start this because he looks like he's settled in to training really, really well. If you've seen the videos, they're all over social media anyway. And he just seems to have the right attitude. It feels like there isn't that much pressure on his back, even with that number that he's been given. It feels like he's just slotted in to the squad really, really well, and I just hope he can slot into the team really, really well as well. And I suppose we'll find out in 24 hours how his debut will go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a little bit uncertainty over the goalkeeper situation at the moment, Chivy, in terms of who's going to start between the posts. I mean, I think Dean Henderson's injured. Obviously, David De Gea's left now, so it's probably going to be Tom Heaton or something along the lines of that. But someone who's just come back from winning the league with Sparta Prague, some like a Matthias Kovar, I think I pronounced his name. Would you be willing to give him an opportunity?
Yeah, if it's pre-season, of course. You'd like to test him, see where he's at, see where his ability is, or how he gels with the team, with the defenders. It's pre-season, there's no risk, so you might as well just do it.
No, I mean, like, more along the lines of, because we're looking at like a second choice goalkeeper, aren't we? Is it Suzuki from the Japanese league? Is it?
Yeah.
I just don't get if you've got an up and coming keeper there who's promising, just won the league and stuff, why they wouldn't maybe consider that? I'm not.
Well, from what we're hearing about this Suzuki kid is like the next level, in terms of like distribution. Like his distribution allegedly is like on par with anything with just about the best in the world. And I've seen some clips of him. Obviously, it's just clips, so you really can't go off that. But the way he's being highly rated, I think it might be a steal. So, that's how I feel about him. But Kovar's been there for quite some time now, and I don't know how old he is. He's like 21 or 20.
I couldn't even guess.
Yeah, but
And,
he's been there. He's been there. He's been there a while. He came when he was really young. I remember that actually when he
Yeah.
came around. So, but it'll be nice to see what he can do, how he blends in with the team, and yeah, it's all about. I think with Ten Hag, we know for a fact that once you show your ability, you'll be given the chance. So yeah, it's up to him.
Yeah. Well, we've got quite a few people in the chat. Keep getting your comments in, and we'll dive into them very shortly. I just want to ask about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Sam, because he's probably going to start at right back tomorrow. Maybe Brandon Williams will start on the opposite side if he's not busy doing balloons. Who do you expect to take that pole position at right back this season? Do you think? Who do you think's going to grasp it by its horns?
I think it's just going to be whoever performs better. Like, obviously, the first half of the season last season was all Diego Dallo. Absolutely phenomenal form, was doing really well. Went to the World Cup, had a really good World Cup, got injured, and then lost his place. And then Wan-Bissaka stepped up to play back from the dead. Ten Hag with a necromancy, and he basically took that spot for his own, and that was it for the last half of the season. It was Wan-Bissaka's spot, and nobody was taking it off him because he played absolutely fantastic. So it's a straight up fight, which is what you want. You want competition for places. You want two players gunning to be the first team player, and that's what you've got there. Like, he played well first half, he played well the second half of the season. So if you've got two right backs at the top of their form, fighting it out to be the first team choice, then it's a great headache for Ten Hag to have. Like, you don't want to be looking at your right backs going, oh, for fuck's sake, like, I don't want to play any of these, but I'm going to have to play one of them. Now he's like, which one do I play? Because they're both great right backs in their own right. But on the evidence of last season, I think he'll because obviously Dallo's still on holiday, I believe. So obviously Wan-Bissaka is probably going to start tomorrow. But in the season, it's up for grabs. Let's see what happens. I'm happy to see the fight.
Yeah, I am. And we just tied Dallo down, aren't we, to another...
Yep.
I mean, it was like last month or something, but he's got a new contract now. So that's what I wanted to happen. I didn't want to bring in another Frimpong and then force one of them out, because I think they're both capable of kind of pushing into that number one spot.
Congratulations as well to Dallo. I think his wife just they announced they're pregnant as well with the first kid. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, might want to chase that date back to when it got what was the word? I bet it was after a victory or the Carabao Cup or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, when he was injured out.
Yeah. Well, speaking about injuries, Adam, Lisandro Martinez is going to be back alongside Rafael Varane, Silk and Steel 2.0. Jesus Christ. Nice to have Lisandro back in it. That's the main thing I'm looking forward to.
100%. You saw the drop in quality when obviously he was taken out of the team. Sadly, it was a very bad injury, and I think at that point I think we would have done a lot better had he been in the team. I think I know it's a bit harsh, kind of, and a bit. I don't know if you counted as stupid saying, "Oh, we would have won the cup," but I believe that we would have done better with him in the final as well. Just in terms of how we play, he's integral. I saw a montage actually on Twitter there the last day, just his passing and ball playing, and it's it's so good. It's next level. And then when you throw Onana in there now,
there's very few centre backs that pass the way that have that ability in their locker.
To shut up Jamie Carragher too, from last season.
That was good.
Put like egg on his face. But it's it's going to be like, I know it's stupid to say it again, new signing, but just in terms of how we play, you need him there. He's one of the first few names on the team sheet. Him, Casemiro, Bruno, Rashford, those are the kind of names that for me are the first on the team sheet. And yeah, he's integral for how we play. And then beside Varane as well, they've built up a bit of a partnership. There was a period of time where I don't think we lost the game with the two of them starting, but I think that ended. It did. Then he picked up the injury and it went south from there, but we're starting to build now. We're getting players in. It looks like the manager's been ruthless as well. And that's kind of what we need. We've been missing. We've been a bit soft over recent years, but now we have a man who knows exactly what he wants. And he wants to build the team with Lisandro from the back as well. So I'm all for that. And I can't wait to actually see him back on the pitch in a red shirt again.
Yeah, he was absolutely devastated when he went down in that Sevilla game. Absolutely heartbroken when that happened, but so happy to see him back. Should we get in some comments, Sam? Because there's quite a few.
Yeah. All the usual regulars are in the chat. Dave Lewis, shout out to Dave. Prabhav Kandali, who's a brand new Real Reds Ultra, by the way, in the chat. All this Tuesday needs now is a Taco Tuesdays. Happy birthday to Nick's son. Aaron
Yes.
Gregory's in the chat. Yes, the boys. Adam looks like he's about to manage the game tomorrow.
10 Hag outfit on,
yeah.
ready.
Nicole Di Lorenzo, evening lads, evening to you, Nicole.
Evening.
Come on, United, Henry Jones. Henry's here for the quiz later. I know it. He's waiting for the quiz
Yes, of course it is. King of the Hill later, just letting you know. King of
Nicole
the Hill.
Di Lorenzo, I've watched some reels of Suzuki. Looks like a confident young keeper, decent shot stopper, decent distribution, something to work on for the future cup ties. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's first choice right back. Prav, not much to split between Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but Dalot has some catching up to do. He was great on the trajectory before the World Cup, absolutely. Sean, City don't seem to have that problem managing a squad full of players good enough for the first team. Amount of games we have won't be an issue rotating as we won't have a choice, absolutely. Hani Ascari, where can we watch United Leeds? I believe it's on MUTV, but
only on MUTV.
But just Google. I'll tell you certain streams. I'll put it in the comments in a minute. Google these places, you'll be able to find it.
There's a channel, there's a page on Twitter.
Yes.
I keep forgetting the names.
Yeah.
They always go like, don't subscribe to MUTV, watch all your games here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they stream the games.
Leeds.
Super anti-glazer.
Yeah.
And then we have like...
Nicole Di Lorenzo, Leach is back, baby, absolutely. Aaron Gregory, Lisandro and Casemiro are 2 quarterbacks. Can't wait to see Carragher eat his words again. Sean, Carragher's face would look better covered in egg. There you go. Red Devil Yannick, hi, how are you guys? We're good, Red Devil. I hope you're good as well, mate. Aaron Gregory, Henry Jones needs to play his way back into the starting 11 after his performance yesterday.
Yeah, he put his money where his mouth is. Yesterday he was giving it the big one and then fell off slightly. But maybe you can get a redemption story today. And speaking of redemption, I'm getting all the perfect segues today. Speaking of redemption, Donny van de Beek. Now the midfield tomorrow we believe could probably consist of Kobbie Mainoo, Donny van de Beek, Mason Mount. Adam, do you think this will be just a case of Donny improving his fitness? Sorry, it was Chive he was supposed to go to next, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
No, let Adam handle that.
Okay, Donny van de Beek, proving his fitness. Do you think he'll just be showcasing basically for another team to come in for him rather than getting back into the team?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more so like that. Ten Hag, he doesn't seem to favour him now. I know he came from Ajax, came from a Ten Hag team, but he's not the same player as he was. And you'd be looking at it as someone who you could take a bit more money at it because he's still relatively young as well. I thought he'd do a lot better when he went to Everton, wasn't it? On loan that time. But injuries just seem to be, I suppose, harming him and slowing his career down. I think it's best if he goes somewhere, maybe a Spain. I think he's a step higher than the Dutch league again. So maybe even the likes of France, he could do a job. But I think it's going to be just showcasing, okay, what does he have? I don't think the manager has him in his plans. So, yeah, it's about putting himself in the shop window.
And the general opinion from all of you.
By the way,
go on.
Donny's not on the plane to the game, by the way.
Is he not?
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading an article before that was saying the midfield looking like it's going to be Donny, Kobbie Mainoo. Has that just been announced?
Do you want me to read the list out? The
He's not
squad. Heaton, Bishop, Kovar, goalkeepers. Defence, Fernandez, Bennett, Fish, Guardado, Martinez, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Brandon Williams. Midfield, Collier, Fred, Gore, Hannibal, Hansen, Aaron, Mainoo, Mount, Odiele, Savage, and then forwards, Ahmad, Emeran, Forsen, Hugill, Sancho, Shorter. Yeah.
So why is Donny not on the plane?
Not sure. Not said. They say he's not in the squad though.
An injury or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. The article I was reading before anyway was saying he's going to be on the plane, but obviously he's not. So yeah, that is what it is. Let's move on to the attack then, Chive. Could front three? I don't know. Again, who the fuck's available? No idea. I know Martial's out, by the way, for
shocking
until the end of July. So because I think it was the injury he picked up against, was it Fulham the last game, and then he said it was 8 weeks from then for Anthony Martial. So I think he's got a couple of weeks until he returns. So what front three dynamic are you looking, or do you think we'll see, or what are you excited to see in that front line?
There's going to be a lot of.
Weghorst.
Yeah, no, I think when I saw the list, I don't remember how when I saw the list, it was a lot of youngsters there. Joe Hugo was there, I think. I think we'll see a lot of youngsters on there. I'm quite excited to see Maxi Oyedele. I think he's 17, and he's got mad potential. But obviously, I mean, we've seen that a lot of times when this kid's coming through with potential. But he's got mad potential.
Is he a winger by any chance?
I think he's an attacking midfielder, but he plays across that back through the just behind the striker, like the three. So like he can play either left, right, or 10.
Because I was watching someone when they played Tottenham. I went and watched the under 21s, I think it was. I can't remember who it was. And there was a kid on there who I'd never heard of before, and he was lighting it up. And I still to this day don't know the guy's name, and I wish I did. Yeah, one of our players. Yeah.
Does he have like braids?
Yeah.
It's probably him.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. He looked decent.
Yeah. He's lighting things up. So I'm hoping we get a glimpse of him. Attacking wise, it'd probably be, we've got Mason Mount playing, so I want to see what he'll do. But then it's going to be a lot of youngsters, so we'll probably just get a glimpse, but we won't really see. I don't think we'll see the full thing. It's just getting match fitness back is the main thing with the friendlies and all that. I do want to see Kobe Mainoo. I think he'll play an important part in this season with Ten Hag's team, because he's always in training with the big boys. Always. Last season he was constantly in training. Even when like people like Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage kind of dropped out, he was always there. So I'm hoping to see what he can do, and hopefully he'll play in the squad this season.
Well, we've got 21 people in the chat. Let us know who you're excited to see this preseason for tomorrow's game. Anyone in particular? I know we haven't touched on people like Sancho or Ahmad yet. Sam, excited to see any of them? Do you think Ahmad might grab his opportunity?
Absolutely. Like Chivy said, it's going to be sort of a hash together of like youth players and then a couple of like senior experienced pros. But Ahmad could absolutely shine in here. Obviously, shone really well at Sunderland last season on loan. I imagine they want him back again because he was that good and they were like this close away from the playoffs. And he's got, was it 14 goals he got last season?
Yeah, 14 goals.
9 assists or something.
Yeah. All in all, it was about 24 goal contribution.
Yeah. So really good for a guy that in the Championship as well, which is not an easy league. So I think, excited to see what he can do and if he could sort of put a marker down for being in the first team this season and being around the team, because I think either him or Palestri are going on loan, one of the two, because they need game time. I don't want to see Ahmad sat on the bench doing nothing for the season because it's not going to do him any good. If he's not going to play, just let him go on loan again. Same with Palestri. If they're not going to play, let him go on loan. But yeah, be interested to see. Sancho, I saw a couple of reports today saying basically Ten Hag's agreed to give him one more season and like a shot at the team. I know a lot of people will be thinking, well, he's not done it for 2. Like, why are we giving him another one? But you got to think that he's an expensive signing. He's on big wages. After last season, is there going to be many suitors to come in and buy him for a decent price? I don't think so. So you might as well give him another opportunity. But yeah, I think this is Sancho's last opportunity now. I think he has to do it this season. So he has to show something this season. Otherwise, might find himself on the way out because there's only so many excuses you can give players after like a few seasons. So yeah, be interested. Hopefully he can make a good, because he looked great last preseason, didn't he? Looked fantastic. Him, Martial, and Rashford all looked great, and then just didn't happen for him in the season. So it'll be interesting.
Might have a revival of that. Let's read out some more comments because I appreciate it's quite a few. So
I love it. I love the interaction. I love guys. Keep it coming as well. Don't stop.
Don't be shy.
Which youngsters do you think we'll see? We've covered that really. Aaron Gregg, I think you mean Donny van der Bench. Yeah, Aaron really doesn't like Donny, does he? It gets worse, Chivy. It gets worse, don't worry. So irrelevant, Chivy doesn't even want to speak about him. Nicola Lorenzo, injuries have hampered Donny, unfortunately. There's no doubt in talent and potential. Reminds me of the Welbeck scenario. Yeah. Aaron Gregory, he ain't on the plane because of the short staffed at the Megastore. Fucking hell, Aaron. Just going in.
I was going to say, you know how I said he was in the shop window,
Yeah.
and then he said he wasn't on the plane. He hasn't left the stock room
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
No, apparently not. Prabrav, Martial.
Unbelievable!
Yeah. Prabrav, Kandali, Martial is out again. Yeah, sorry, mate. Gray, I'm late. Please don't shout. Gray, just make sure it don't happen again. You know, just
Yeah,
make sure it don't happen
unacceptable. Yeah.
again. Martial's legs are like you've dipped a biscuit in your brew. I love the Peter Kay reference. Excellent. How good is the defender City are taking from us? Does anybody know about that? There's a player.
Oh, yeah. Somebody Harper. Apparently, really, really highly rated, and they've come to poach him off us.
Yeah.
And he's like interested in going.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, because we're signing Darren Fletcher's twins, so everything's gonna be all right. Don't worry about it.
Henry Jones.
Revenge. Sorry, go on, Sam.
Yeah. Henry Jones, I want to see Charlie McNeil do because he's at least 2 strikes in the summer, but he can break through and save us 30-40 million. I think it's a bit too early for Charlie McNeil. I like him. I think he's got talent, but I think it's too early for him. But we'll see. I want to see Savage in the preseason. Absolutely, I'm up for that. Dan, is there a watch along tomorrow? Yeah, Nick will be doing a watch along. Prabrav, good to see Ahmad gain confidence. Absolutely. Dan Raj, sending him on loan every season. Face palm. Yeah, sorry. Brian Casey, even the lads, sorry, just joined. Have we signed Schneider yet? Nope, and we haven't got Gaitan either. Sorry, mate.
No Schneider, no Gaitan, no Gareth Bale.
Nope.
Either. Unfortunately.
Brian's fault. He made us miss the bus. That's from Grey 100. Well, we'll blame Brian then. Who's going to be captain? Red Devil Yannick. I imagine it'd be Varane.
I just saw Aaron's comment.
Oh yeah, I didn't read that one. I'm not reading that one. Yeah, who do you think it's going to be captain, lads? Varane? Nick's gone.
I've just seen it, and
Yeah.
fuck Aaron, man. What a guy. Captain. Fucking hell, I don't even know. Yeah, probably Varane, I'm guessing. Yeah. Give it either. Varane or Leach, not bothered.
Yeah. When's kickoff? I think it's 4 o'clock, isn't it, Nick? 4 o'clock.
Yes. So I'll be live 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Prav, glad we have more things to talk about than the takeover. What a snooze fest that is. Yeah, I'm just fucking
Oh my
sick of
god.
that shit. And then final question from Sean. Would you rather spend the money now on Højlund and play Rashford up front and sign Kane on a free next summer and buy Ferguson from Brighton?
Well, my alternative, what I want to do, I want to bring in Rasmus Højlund and then loan João Felix and then dovetail both of them, so it takes the pressure off Rasmus a bit.
Yeah.
That'd be my personal.
Oh, it's Brian Casey's birthday. It was my fault. Yeah, I was celebrating my birthday. Happy birthday, Brian. I didn't know it was your birthday, mate.
What?
Why have you only just said that now, Brian? We're only bloody 25 minutes into a show. I need to play this. That's absolutely no relevance whatsoever, but there you go. Makes a change up, from the Onana, what's his name? So
yeah, I want to see everybody in the chat saying happy birthday to Brian, by the way. Get it in the chat. I want to see everybody in the chat saying it.
Yeah, JJ just said, how have you not said Bruno?
He's not playing.
It's Bruno. I don't think he's playing tomorrow.
No, he's not in the team. He's on holiday. Still on holiday.
Yeah.
Last year.
Aaron, what the fuck was that?
Capybara. Classic, absolute classic. That's staying with Real Reds for the foreseeable. You can bank on that, mate. But yeah, Leeds. Look, it's not going to be fucking fireworks, is it? It's not like a last game of the season where we need 3 points. It is Leeds, so maybe there'll be a bit of back and forth, but. The one key thing that I think we've all kind of mentioned after our points is none of these players are picking up any injuries, little niggles before the start of the season. Because remember last season, again, not to bring it back to Martial, but he did get injured, didn't he, at the start of the season, and we was kind of without a striker because Ronaldo was throwing handbags and stuff. So important not to get an injury. Be nice, obviously, to get a win. Mount gets some minutes in there. Lisandro back from injury gets some minutes in there. I think that's the kind of general opinion, right, of going into this game. And just to watch football again, lads, just to see United play, which I'm super excited for. So, unless any of you have any further points to add on to the kind of the Leeds game, I want to move on to the Pogba thing. There's been a couple of reports coming out from Italy, and the comments just don't get too feisty on this one because as soon as you mention Pogba's name, is it lights up a fire in a lot of people's backsides. But Paul Pogba, Adam, £10 million. Would you take him back?
10 million, I'd buy a cannon and shoot him to Saudi Arabia myself.
Okay, no.
Not a chance.
Oh, yeah.
What did he miss?
It's not worked out as
183
it.
days or something?
Well, I was looking at it before. He's played 6 games and started 1 for Juventus since he's moved back to there. So, not looking great, is it?
Shocking.
Yeah.
No, that's horrendous. He said that United fans know nothing, and what was the other one? He said he wanted to prove us wrong. Well, he's proven us right anyway, isn't he?
Mm. What's your take on the Pogba situation, Chivy? Why do you think? Well, you know why it's not worked out because of injuries. But if we was to reflect back at his time at United, he did have good moments. There were some bad moments as well. But how would you reflect on him in general?
I think Pogba, there's a lot to with Pogba because of his personality and his colourful nature. It kind of overshadows a lot of things. So people kind of remember him for what he's doing off the pitch. Well, and it's not like he even does anything off the pitch. So just remember like the antics and not necessarily the football. But I think he wasn't as bad. Sorry?
The agent. I know he's dead now, but
I think I personally think it wasn't as bad as how everyone makes it look. There were a couple of games when him and Ibra saved us. When I remember one game. I think it was against Blackburn, or so it was like the League Cup, and we needed to win, and it was a dead game. Pogba comes in, Ibra comes in, he just flips the ball over. Game over is 1-0. There's so many other games like that, but people just seem to remember. He's one of those ones that just gets people really like riled up. So yeah, I can't make any excuses for him. I personally really liked him, and I hope that he would have come better. But then there's no coming back now from that, from what he's done and everything. There's no point holding on. He's gone. He's gone. And even if he was supposed to come back for 5 mil, I'd be like, what's the point? Like. There's no point. So he won us. Well, he was really integral in the League Cup and the Europa League win that we had. That I think it was 2017. Yeah. So little memories like that. I remember him fondly. And I think a lot of this. We've spoken about this before, but I think it's sad because part of the argument with Pogba, I personally think is there's a cultural thing there. So I get it. I understand all the dancing. I understand the flamboyant hair. A lot of francophone players from French African countries, I see that a lot with them.
Yeah.
I've always grown up with that. So that's never been a problem for me. You go to someone's wedding, you dance. That's fine.
Yeah.
I've never. But then people are like, oh my God, he's dancing. Oh, he's in the gym, he's dancing. I just don't see it. I don't see what the problem is. But people seem to see that, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. So I don't think. Sorry, go on.
There was moments I watched him and I thought, fuck me, there is a player in there. Like some of the games he had, he was unbelievable. The passing range, the strength on the ball as well, which he never kind of got thinking with. Like just shrug people off, dribbling at times was unbelievable. But there was also times where I watched him where he just stood rolling the ball in the middle of the park, like just dallying on it. Inconsistent in his game. So there was both sides of it.
Pogba is a really frustrating player, especially with the position he plays when he's playing deep. Like there were times when I literally wanted to rip my bro, just pass it, just stop that nonsense. But when you're playing from a very deep position and you're surrounded with Jesse Lingard and you've got Andreas Pereira ahead of you,
McTominay.
Yeah, it was difficult for him to make the kind of impact that it's not like a striker that comes in and or like Bruno came in, he's more advanced. So he can influence the game more with goals and assists and things like that. But I mean, the Pogba thing is dead. It's an old story now, and we should move on. To be honest,
Absolutely. Sam, do I bother asking you?
I agree with Chivy. Like, I don't really give a toss what players do off the pitch. Like, I think, like, honest to God, like, half of the players' fashion sense I see nowadays, I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing? But like, it doesn't bother me because you're outside of the pitch, so wear what you want, do what you want. Like, it's fine. On the pitch is what I care about, and Pogba was like the sort of destiny of like unfulfilled potential at United. there was potential there. We saw it on a couple of occasions. The City second half, he just absolutely ran that game and just put it to bed. The Burnley game was another example I remember that stands out in my head in the zebra kit. So he had moments of like absolute brilliance where you're like, this guy is amazing. He's fantastic. And then the rest of the time, it was just like you're waiting for something to happen and you're waiting for him to make an impact, and he just didn't. And that's the story of Pogba, really. Like when you see him for France, you're like, this guy is insane. This guy is ridiculously good. United, like Chivy said, poor players around him, but that shouldn't be an excuse. Like great players should make other players better and like bring people up around him. And he seemed a bit frustrated with where he was at. And he's gone to Juventus, and what has he played, like 3 games last season?
6. So he's played 6, started 1.
Right. So his injuries are taking their toll right now. So that's where he's at. I think the Pogba ship sailed. Like we got him back, and we expected a lot more, and it didn't happen. So yeah, the ship's gone. Like, let's not go down memory lane because it doesn't end well. Like it never ends well. Look at Ronaldo.
I think that's
I mean?
I think that's got Saudi Arabia written all over it. To be honest with you, I think. Yeah, French over 30 seems to be the kind of thing that's happening in Benzema and N'Golo Kante. Like, yeah.
Did you guys hear Milinkovic-Savic?
Yeah, 40 million euros.
Yeah.
They got Brozovic as well, haven't they? From Inter Milan, still top level player.
Adam made a tweet that I was like, absolutely, yeah. They wanted 100 million from us for Milinkovic-Savic.
Yes.
100 million euros they wanted from us, and he's gone to Saudi for 40.
Yeah.
Absolute bollocks that.
We were linked with him for so long, weren't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, Saudi Arabia, if you're watching, Maguire, Fred, McTominay,
please
take your pick, Donny, Brandon Williams, any of them. Yeah, they are for sale.
Sancho.
I'm telling you.
Sancho.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Have you guys seen the video of that brothel in Thailand when she's like, welcome, and then she's like showing all the
yeah.
Literally, they can literally come, like, just come through, man.
Do you remember?
Take your food.
Chivy, do you remember the old meme, the £10 fish guy? Do you remember him? Yeah, that's what we need. £1 fish. Yeah, £1 fish.
£1 fish.
That's what we need to do. Just go to Saudi, get a £1 fish guy, and just bring it out.
Very, very fresh.
Yeah.
£1
fish. McTominay. £1 fish. Just. Adam's got no idea what we're talking about.
I do.
I do remember him. Okay.
He's very, very good, man. Very, very.
Yes. Now we've all had a rendition of the £1 fish, man. Thank you very much for that. Very nice. Right, we're going to read out some comments, and then we're going to get into King of the Hill. It's Striker Edition, and this is only the first part of the tournament. It's very, very interesting. So basically, I'll just explain it, and then we'll read out the comments. So we're going to put graphics on the screen. I'm going to do a bit of an intro for the 2 players. It's all United strikers, and then we're going to decide who is the better striker, and then the kind of advance in the tournament, and then part 2, which will probably be on Friday, will be like the better selection. If that
Are you
makes
going to
sense.
ask us individually, or are we answering as a group or something?
Well, I think we should all agree on it as a group, but the viewers will get the final say. So whoever's more leaning in the viewer section will think. So yeah, let's read out some comments, and then we'll do King of the Hill.
Pogba was destined for Saudi. Absolutely. I agree. Yep. Hell no, don't want him near Manchester United. That's from Nuru. Yeah. Nicole Di Lorenzo, Pogba, waste of talent. Moondog, what's your opinions on the preseason schedule? We're all over the place, traveling more than playing on the pitch.
Yeah, it's a bit mad because we play Leeds in Oslo, and then
Edinburgh.
Yeah, then we're in Edinburgh, aren't we? Is that against Dortmund? The one? It's not. No, it's not. That's in America. And then we go to America, don't we? And then there's one back at Old Trafford,
Dublin.
Lens, I think we play, and then we play Atletico Bilbao after that in Dublin. So yeah, it's very. Yeah, I agree. Not great.
When do you play Arsenal?
In America, that's the next game I think after Leeds. So I think, yeah.
Pogba
States, is it?
What's that one?
It's the first game in the States against Arsenal, is it?
I think so.
Okay.
Pogba was United's financial stupidity at its best, left on a free, paid a lot to get him, then free again. Yeah, absolutely. Pogba's best game was 3-2 win against City away. Yeah, and he was only good in the second half in that game as well.
Sorry to think it's Wrexham, I think, and then Arsenal.
Aaron Gregory, the dancing didn't bother me. First season he was good, but everything after that was dreadful. Has United made any final bid for Onana? Not as far as I know. I've not seen anything or heard anything. The deal's close. That'll
be done. Next kind of couple of days will be done.
Pogba's extreme version of Fred. It's a bit harsh, but all right. From Brian Casey. Brian Casey, £1 is all Maguire is worth. Wow.
Yeah.
Aaron Gregory's putting in his shout. Rude, King of the Hill, game over.
Wait, listen, that's way down the line. This is the very, very start. So we're talking like, that's some of our worst strikers, let's just say.
22nd, Leon in Edinburgh. Oh, Leeds 12th, Leon 19th, Arsenal 22nd. So yeah, that's the games coming up. I think that's everybody. Yeah, that's everything.
All right. Well, before we get into it, 42 people in the chat. Leave a like on the video, please. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around these parts. And if you want to become a Real Red Ultra member, which Prabhav Pandele has done recently in the past couple of days for exclusive content, there's going to be a No Nana video dropping this week when he signs. Basically, just a deeper look into what type of keeper he is, how he'll revolutionise Erik ten Hag's Manchester United going forward. So that'll be dropping at some point this week. That's for the members only.
In the chat now.
We should do a song. Subscribe, please.
One subscriber. Subscribe, please.
Rayan, I think he's a brand new viewer. Welcome, Rayan. I think we should sell Maguire as soon as possible. Just my personal opinion. Lots of love from Pakistan. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Yeah, we're all in agreement.
Yes,
we want to sell Maguire as well. So
yeah,
I agree.
Let's dive into this together then. We're going to kick it off with two absolute blockbuster signings. Falcao versus Weghorst. Now, Falcao arrived at United with a big reputation, but kind of failed to adapt to the Premier League. Scored 4 times in 29 games during his only season at Manchester United. Weghorst, the more recent memory, 0 league goals, a couple of cup goals, ran his heart out, cried after scoring the 4th goal against Real Betis and won a trophy with us. So, King of the Hill, Falcao versus Weghorst.
Battle of failure.
Are we basing this on their performance at United or just in general?
Yeah, at United. So thank you for asking that. Sorry, that's the category. Just at United.
That was my question because
otherwise, it's not even a fucking question.
I was going to say the other ones I've seen where it's just like there's a couple of them where I'm like that guy absolutely smashes that guy in general striking terms. So
for me, Weghorst all day, man.
Yeah, Weghorst.
That's surprised me.
Falcao.
Okay, that surprised me.
I love that Falcao chant.
You can't put him in because he's got a good chant, Adam. It's based on what he's done on the pitch, not what the crowd is chanting.
Oh, wow.
Weghorst.
Right, so we've got Nicole Di Lorenzo going Falcao. Prabhav Kwandeli saying Aaron. I mean, he's not in it, but okay. What's Aaron said? Picking one of these is like picking someone to sleep with your missus, and he's put a little a Nick emoji alongside it.
Let's do a poll. That's a democratic way of doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least Weghorst gave us the pressing, and he had legs. Like he was pressing. Yeah. Falcao, like he came injured, but no one knew that. Like he wasn't, And I think the most exciting game I remember seeing was the debut because I was there, and he had this shot that was blocked, and then I was like, "Whoa!" And that was like, "Whoa, really?"
Is that his legacy at United? Whoa, that block shot!
Yeah, that was it.
Jesus,
like, Weghorst any day. Like Weghorst got the crowd going. Like
he ran his arse off. Weghorst, whereas Falcao couldn't take 3 steps without snapping his cruciate ligament. Like he was fucked.
Honestly.
Interesting.
Tiny. Like he didn't
money. I remember the Falcao goal against was it Villa, the header. He got very low. Kind of reminded me of like a Cavani goal. But he scored more. I couldn't tell you how many goals he scored. Probably I counted on one hand. Again, I could probably count on one hand the amount Weghorst got. I don't think he got to a second hand. Sometimes I wanted to hit him with a second hand, to be honest, with the shots he was missing. But I'm going to go Falcao. I just preferred the chance.
Yeah.
This is the worst criteria, Adam, for picking a player.
I think Weghorst won a trophy with us as well, in fairness. And I know it was only the Carabao Cup, but he did start in that final, did play, and brought more to the team. Like, he was more pivotal to the team.
Close.
The way we played.
It's 21 votes so far, and it's 52-48 in favour of Falcao. So
okay,
it's pretty close.
We'll give another 20 seconds for voting time. If you haven't got your votes in yet, get them in and let us know. I think people might lean more towards the name Falcao, but remember, this is just for Manchester United.
Like, Weghorst played into 10. Remember that? Like, Van Gaal did the... Van Gaal. Ten Hag, sorry. did the thing where he put Weghorst at the 10, and then he had Rashford and Thingy going beside him. Like, he was by far more influential in the team than Falcao. Like,
I probably agree with that. Right, we'll go off the last votes. What are the votes, Sam?
Right,
Now?
let me end the poll. There we go. Let's have a gander. It's Falcao 52%.
Oh,
Just.
that is close. Right, so Falcao wins that one. Okay, next up, we've got Makeda versus Henrik Larsson. Makeda started his career off.
Well, that's not what you labelled this next one as, so I'm going to have to find that one now.
Well, just get what's the next one? I'll just go through that.
Oh, no, we'll just do that one. There we go.
Why what are you on about? I didn't label it.
Because that was the order. That wasn't the order it came in that I got. So.
Right, well, it's up now anyway. So, Makeda versus Henrik Larsson. Makeda, of course, started his career off at United with a bang. Scored that dramatic last-minute winner against Aston Villa again at the age of 17, but failed to really push on. Scored just 5 goals in 36 games for the club. Henrik Larsson arrived at the club, past his prime, notched 3 goals in 13 games for the Red Devils. But fans seem to like him, of course. So, who are you going for?
Makeda.
I'm going Makeda. Just for that goal against Villa.
Aaron is not going to like this.
No, he's not.
Mm-hmm.
I love Larsson. I do, but he's a Celtic legend. He's not a United legend, and none of his goals were integral. Makeda, integral goal.
We needed that win.
Yeah.
That was a must-win game to win the title. Yeah. We needed that game against Villa, and all our top players were failing.
Yeah.
So Fergie got pissed off. Took off Rooney, took off Tevez. Like, you guys brought on Danny Welbeck and brought on Makeda. And I was wondering, like, who the fuck is, like, obviously we knew who Welbeck was, but he was still young. But I'd never seen Makeda, like, never. And he came in and he won us that game, and we needed that 3 points. If we didn't lose that game, if we didn't win that game, we probably wouldn't have won the league that season. So, and then he came and scored the next game against Sunderland, 1-0. He scored that one. So, yeah, 100% Makeda. When Larsson came, we were kind of already in the swing of things. We didn't really need him. I think it was more like just a favor kind of thing. Like, he just came,
Look, like, people are going, he's shitter than Weghorst. We're not talking about their ability and how good they are. It's how their impact at United. Like, that's
United.
what's going on.
Things they did, how important they were to the team. It's not like
Larsson, if you're going off just pure strikers, Larsson is a better striker by far. We're going off impact United.
Better player.
Yeah. We're going off impact United. Like, just.
I think nowadays everyone has that FIFA card in their head. So when you see like Makeda and then he's got 97 pace and he's got 25 pace.
Yeah.
Just think about
I'll give another 10 seconds.
It's 50-50. It's 50-50.
15 seconds. Get your votes in if you haven't already voted. Makeda versus Henrik Larsson, and we'll go very shortly.
I'm gonna end it. 3, 2, 1. End the poll. Makeda.
Oh, Makeda's 52%.
52%. Let me read some comments. Larsson was class. Makeda scored that goal. It's from David Pearson. Larsson without a doubt from Nicole. Makeda was only good versus Villa. That's it from Brian Foskett. Yeah, but that's why he's more integral to the team. He won a title with that goal. Larsson didn't.
He scored more goals than Larsson as well.
Larsson too, didn't they, that year?
Yeah. Larsson, my feelings on him, but I got to go Makeda. He won us the league. Henry Jones, Makeda's in an Aldi Italian Wout Weghorst. Jesus Christ. People forget he scored the week after Villa in a tough game. Yeah, as well. Did that as well.
I remember that, yeah.
Brian Casey, don't agree with any of Brian. Makeda did nothing else other than that goal. But yeah, that goal won us a title, mate. Like, he won us a title.
Yeah.
The chat, man. Don't understand it. Ryan Edwards, who the fuck voted for Makeda? The people who were in the right. That's who voted for Makeda, mate. People who got it right.
Your mic's a little bit loud, I'm just saying, because the volume's coming through very, very loud.
Bastards.
So maybe move it back a bit. Makeda's through to the next round. So far, we've got Makeda and Falcao who have gone through. Wrongly or rightly, the chat have decided they've had to say. Yeah. So next up, Sam, who have you got next up on the thing?
Just you name him and then I'll put them up.
Okay, Michael Owen versus Diego Forlan. So Michael Owen scored 17 times in 52 games for the club, which is a decent return. But obviously was past his best during the spell at Manchester United. Injury problems limited him to just 20 appearances in his final 2 seasons. Diego Forlan struggled at United as well, scoring just 17 times in 98 games after signing for £7 million. But then obviously I went on to have a great career at Villarreal and Atletico Madrid. So who are you going for, lads?
Oh,
I hate this one.
one of my favourite moments as a United fan, Michael Owen scored that goal. And one of my favourite parts of it, whenever I look at it, in the Stretford end right behind the goal is an Irish flag too. So that always sticks out for me. So that's one of my favourite moments as a United fan, that 4-3 win, and he scored that goal. Forlan also made the Scousers cry as well. He seemed to like playing against Liverpool.
Didn't he have like
tough for me,
the longest streak of not scoring for a striker, Forlan?
Yeah.
Like it was like 6 months or something ridiculous. Like you just
not a great record to have, is it?
No.
Purple patch.
You went a very long time without scoring, yes.
Yeah.
More like a brown patch, Adam, if anything.
I'm going to go, as bad as it sounds, I'm going to go Michael Owen just for that moment. We talked about Makeda for that moment. I'm going to go with Michael Owen.
Yeah, I'd go Michael Owen.
I really don't want to vote for Michael Owen.
I'm going Forlan.
I'm going Forlan.
Yeah, go Forlan.
I'm going Forlan.
Well, doesn't that the Charity Shield?
Right, for people who say no way you voted for Michael Owen or whatever, that moment that Adam's just mentioned, he scored the same amount of goals as Forlan in nearly 50 less games.
Hold on. Wasn't that the Charity Shield? That one.
Which one?
The City.
The fourth one.
No.
Yeah, was it Charity Shield?
No,
it was the opening game of the season. I think at Old Trafford it was.
Yeah.
You might be getting mixed up with the Nani goal. Remember he scored in injury time that time. Went around.
The chip.
That was the last minute.
Was it?
Yeah. He went around Joe Hart.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that was a training session.
That was the Charity Shield, yeah.
That was a training session.
Everyone's saying who the fuck's voted for Owen. I love it. You guys get the decisions. We'll get your votes in because it's closed very shortly.
I mean, Forlan is running away with this poll, by the way.
Is it?
Absolutely running away with it.
I think it's just because you heard the name Owen, you think of Liverpool, and people are just like, nah, fuck that. I'm not voting.
Forlan.
You know how you mentioned that 6 months?
Yeah.
You know how you mentioned the 6 months? Yes. Henry Jones said Weghorst probably broke the record.
You know what? Like Forlan, not only did he score against Liverpool, he scored 2. He scored a double in the Liverpool game as well. And I hate Liverpool. I fucking hate Liverpool. So that's why he wins.
I think, the thing about Owen was like we didn't really need him like that. Like when he came, I don't think we really needed him then.
Don't disrespect the number 7 like that.
How dare you? Right. So we'll end the poll now. I'm guessing from the comments, Forlan's won, obviously.
Let's end it. So Forlan has won by 66%.
Okay. I had a feeling that might happen.
I mean, I'll read a couple of comments. Brian Casey, Forlan. Yeah. Brian Casey, no way I'm voting for Owen. Henry Jones, Owen against City, but Forlan is clear. Brian Foskett not voting for a Scouser. Grey 100. Remember that screamer for Forlan against Liverpool? Absolutely. No way voting for Owen. Just be much.
Told you.
This one won't be close for Brian. Purely because that City goal has to be Owen. Forlan double at Anfield, yeah, like I was saying. Let's have a look. Who is this Owen guy you speak of? I've no idea, Gray. Don't know. Weghorst even scored 2 in 2 years, never mind in the same game.
Yeah, Weghorst still gets it. Weghorst was the first one. We're on like the third or fourth one now.
We're
still talking about him.
But yeah, so Forlan wins that one.
Forlan advances in the striker tournament. We move on to Alan Smith versus Danny Welbeck, and I imagine how this is going to go. It's another hard one because Smith,
Chivy,
I think he moved into midfield.
I swear to Christ, Chivy, if you do not vote for him, I think you're going to vote. I'll kill you. You better vote for the right one.
Alan Smith signed as a striker in 2004 before kind of converting into midfield and notched 12 times in 93 games for the club in a 3-season spell. Welbeck, as we know, progressed through the youth system at United, made his debut in 2008, went on to score 29 goals in 142 games before making the move to Arsenal. Who are you going for? People in the chat, Leave a like on the video as well if you haven't. If you're new around here, subscribe. Who are you going to go for? Alan Smith or Danny Welbeck? We'll go to the lads first.
Okay, that Champions League game against Roma.
Exactly.
Alan Smith, man. I don't
No.
know.
I knew you were going to say that, Chivy. You fucking asshole.
Speaking of Champions
No,
League,
Danny
I still
Welbeck
haven't
went to
forgiven.
Arsenal.
Danny Welbeck scored at the Bernabeu, mate. Scored at the Bernabeu.
He went to Arsenal.
Nah.
Wait, hold on. He scored at Old Trafford and celebrated. Fuck him.
I don't remember that. I have no memory of
He
that.
celebrated when he scored against us in
know.
Old Trafford.
No memory
It's
of
funny
that.
how you don't remember that one, Sam.
No.
Just remove that memory.
That's gone. Legend that is Danny Welbeck.
Yeah, but I think impact-wise, I'm going to have to say Welbeck. I think impact-wise, I'm going to have to go
Wish I
back.
popcorn.
Alan Smith, man. What a player. Like, for us.
Okay, I do.
Would have been Alan Smith could have been a really, really good player for us. Obviously, injuries, hampered his kind of career. A bit like Owen Hargreaves in a sense. Could have been a really, really good player, but that damaged his time at the club. Welbeck, I still haven't forgiven him for, obviously he celebrated against us, but before that, when he played for us, when he tried to lob Manuel Neuer, I still haven't forgiven that in the Champions League. Honestly, one-on-one clear. And that's what I think back of when I think of Danny Welbeck's time on us. And for that, I'm just going to go with Alan Smith.
That shows you the measure of the man, Adam. Like the stature of the legend that is Danny Welbeck. That he thought, yes.
Mate, are you doing PR for Danny Welbeck?
No. He was like, yes, that is the best goalkeeper in the world at current, but I'm going to try and lob him, even though I'm through one-on-one. That's what he does. He also scored at the Bernabeu as well. He scored the goal at the Bernabeu. That can't be sniffed at, man.
If you get down to it, fair play to him. When we had a few injuries when Ruud started getting older and we had a few injuries, he was a really good deputy. Like, he'd come in and deputize us as top striker, and he would put in performances. When we beat Arsenal 8-2, I think he scored the first goal.
Yep.
I think he opened the scoring there.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he got two there. Welbeck was never the occasion was never too big for him. Like, he would take it as So yeah, I'd go with him. I'd go Welbeck.
Interesting. I feel like people are more going for players they like or prefer rather than who was more impactful on Manchester United.
I think on the
reference.
I think on the Falcao one, they definitely did. They got that one wrong.
What's the vote saying, Sam?
Shall I end it?
Yeah, let's end it.
Paul. Okay, I'll read a couple of comments. Man like Welbeck from Henry Jones, Welbeck from Brian Casey. Even if he did play for Leeds, after all, Eric did. So that's from Grey 100 and Alan Smith.
And Rio.
Yeah. Robert 2918. Danny Welbeck's dad was a bomb disposal expert. Call Stan.
Okay, that's a fucking random fact.
I don't know.
Very random fact. If that's going to sway anybody's opinion, then
Smith was never the same after he broke his leg. That's from Brian Casey. Yeah, I remember that leg break. Was it Champions League where he broke his leg?
I can't remember. I thought it was. Was it not Risa? Was it not a rocket from Risa's?
Yeah, he smashed it into his leg, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. How it broke. He jumped up.
Welbeck would have scored 20 goals for us last season, even with no spaghetti hamstrings. Fucking hell.
We actually had the worst striker in the league. It's actually crazy to think.
Okay, I've got the joke now. I've missed the joke. Stan Welbeck. There you go. Bomb disposal export.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. I've heard worse jokes on this channel anyway. Let's put it that way.
Welbeck has won by 58%. Welbeck through.
Okay. Danny Welbeck is through.
I get it now. That took a second.
Well done, Adam. Well done. There you go.
Way gone.
Next one.
Oh, on to the next one. Is what have we got? Yeah. Lukaku versus Louis Saha. Lukaku versus Louis Saha. United thought they had the striker spot spill for many years when they splashed out £75 million on Lukaku in 2000. Chivy's face. I want to go to you first, Chivy, in a second. But, he's kind of ridiculed during his spell with the club for his poor touch. Lukaku lasted 2 seasons with United, scoring 42 times before leaving for Inter Milan. Louis Saha suffered from multiple injuries and was largely only a backup during his 5 seasons at the club. He scored the exact same amount 42 times in 124 games and helped the club to 2 Premier League titles. Now, I'm not sure if that's just league statistics. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't go that deep into it. But yeah, Lukaku versus Saha. Chive, go on.
I thought this was like the flops. We're talking about flops.
Well, I'm saying we're progressing up. So we started at the very, very bottom. But if you talk about strikers after Lukaku and Saha, out of the ones that are mentioned, it gets better and better, is the point.
Yeah, because Luis Saha should not be in this category.
Top level.
This should even be like a thing. Like this guy, well, I suppose a lot of people here are young, so they don't really remember like the impact that he had or the kind of games that, this guy was. He banged goals for us in the first 2 seasons. Like really, yes, he was injured a lot of times. But then we had him and Ruud. So he'd play or Ruud would play and he should even be
This is
I think Gary Neville went on record to say, didn't he, that Saha was he was so difficult to defend against. Yeah. He was the worst player. Like when he played against him, he struggled with the most was Saha and Ginola, I think.
This is going to be a landslide the way this voting's going. It absolutely landslide this one. But yeah,
oh, Jesus.
I honestly, God, Nick, I feel offended that you've put Saha in the same bracket as Romelu Lukaku.
Well, I'm not talking. Remember, it's what they did for Manchester United, and we talk about goals scored as a striker. They've got the same amount of goals.
Yeah, but impact. But what did Lukaku win for us? And what did Saha
Lukaku did? Lukaku couldn't score against top 6. Never scored against top 6. Saha did that consistently.
Saha was.
Yeah. Look, I've just put 2 strikers against each other. There's not that much thought gone into it. I think, well, maybe they'll say this about it, or maybe they'll say this. It's just 2 strikers that decide whoever the fuck you want to pick.
It's Saha. It's Saha by a long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm taking
me. I'm just going to say
your name's Adam.
I was at if I saw one more year of this from Lukaku, I was going to lose it. Every time a ball was knocked over, he'd take a heavy touch and it'd go out of play. If I saw that one more time, I was going to literally rip my hair out.
He did that a lot, didn't it? He was complaining a lot as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, what? You're moaning at someone else for your bad touch. Piss off, mate. Like, what's going on here?
Mate, they passed it to feet. Like, it was into your feet. Yeah. You fucked it up. Like, they passed it.
Somebody done against City.
Someone put a meme up, after the City game. Do you remember the guy from the Halifax advert?
Howard?
Yeah, with the glasses. They put a meme up after because he missed that thing, didn't he? In the final against City, and there was loads of memes going about that. But anyway,
I've seen pictures of him with Timberlands on. With boot cutting. He runs like he's in. Yeah, I know he scored in that night in Paris, but without a doubt, Luis Saha.
Okay, let's end the votes then, because it's pointless.
Oh, it's a fucking landslide. This.
Go on. What is the landslide?
Let's let it load up. 82% Luis Saha. Absolute landslide.
Okay. Saha is through.
This is
round.
Let me just a couple of comments. Saha all day long. Saha was okay. Lukaku was a letdown. Okay. Come on, Gray, man. Brian Casey, Saha was unreal. There we go. That's more likely. Amy Rourke, who's a real Reds Ultra member. Coin toss. Coin toss? Fuck me. Comments in here. Absolutely ridiculous. Aaron Gregory, remember Saha at Fulham? Yeah, absolute monster. It was fucking great. Grey 100 saying, stop getting defensive, Nick, about your picks.
Exactly.
What do you mean? I put something out and it gets scrutinised as if, you know what I mean? It's a player against a player. Oh, I don't even know why you put it up. He's King of the Hill and his 2 strikers, that's why.
Henry
Jones. I'm not getting defensive, so fuck off.
You're a cheat and you're a fraud.
Martin Tyler, you're a cheat, you're a fraud.
Henry Jones, if he didn't have a worse first touch than Rob Holding, Lukaku would be considered one of the best United strikers in the last 5 years. So,
wow.
There you go.
Big comments. Is that everything, yeah?
That's everything.
Poll,
Final one.
So the last one, before I get into it, you're welcome to criticise anyone in the comments or anyone wants to moan about it, piss off, basically. Marshall versus Zlatan Ibrahimovic for Manchester United. Martial has obviously played. Don't say who. You know who Martial. You know fine well who Martial is.
President of Martial FC.
Yeah. Obviously, he's played as a winger a lot as well, but as a striker, he has had good seasons. Manchester United, in particular, the 19-20 campaign where he scored 23 goals and had 12 assists as well. Last season was hardly fit, but still scored 9 goals and 3 assists, which I was checking before in 20 games, which is a decent return. Zlatan arrived in his mid-30s. Everyone thought his best days were behind him. Won trophies with us, scored in finals. 28 times in 46 games, but then suffered that massive knee injury, didn't he, which kind of shortened the stay. So, yeah, Martial versus Ibrahimovic. I'd love to see Aaron's comments on this as well.
Oh, he's already going mental.
What they've done for the club.
So. Out of that, for me, it has to be Zlatan. Like, everyone kind of doubted him coming in. His presence there alone, it kind of lifted everyone. It put Pogba in his place too. Pogba had this kind of bit of an attitude, oh, I'm like the guy here. Zlatan kind of knocked him down a few steps. It's almost like he seemed to keep the dressing room in line that season. And he would have been the first player since Robin Van Persie to actually score 30 goals in a season for us. I think he finished on 28 that year. But the injury, of course, knocked his game time short. But the goals he was scoring, he was like, I remember the Everton goal where Pickford kind of came running out and he kind of hit it on the side of his foot.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just trademark Zlatan that. Of course, the game at Wembley to win the Capital One Cup. Yeah, Capital One Cup. He scored that massive header like in the 89th minute or something. Scored a really, really good free kick as well. So for me, his time there, he won us a trophy single-handedly like that in that final. Because I'm trying to remember who the striker was at the time for Southampton. He scored. It wasn't Gabbiadini, was it? Or someone like that?
Yeah, it was.
It was Gabbiadini.
It was Gabbiadini who started it as for Southampton.
Because going into that final, it was all the talk was between the two of them because he was in really, really good form as well. And they actually both scored in the final, but Zlatan stood up, won us the cup. Brought us nearly. He got a hat trick, I think, against Saint Etienne as well. And I could be wrong, but has Martial hit a hat trick for us?
Oh, Martial hat trick. I'm sure he has.
Yeah, he scored a crazy hat trick during the lockdown. Remember that lockdown period?
Oh, that season didn't exist.
Yeah, that was the 19-20 campaign, wasn't it?
Yeah, when that period when him, Marcus, and the
Mason
name we named were killing it. He scored a ridiculous hat trick against, was it Sheffield?
Sheffield or Southampton, because that was 9-0.
Yeah,
this game was 3-0, and it was just Martial.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. But let me play devil's advocate on this, and Sam, I'll let you jump on it in a second. In terms of season output, Martial's had a better season than Ibra, right? From his time that he was here.
Martial's had more seasons, so
of course, yeah. So there's more.
Yeah, but when Zlatan came in, we won two trophies that season, and it was largely because of him that we won those 2 trophies. I think I'm gonna have to go Ibra with this one. It was he kind of lifted, he kind of lifted all the players around him. As a striker, it has to be Ibra for what he's done for the team, for the club.
Top 3 signings post Fergie, Sam?
Zlatan.
Ibra?
He's definitely in the conversation. If it's a choice between Martial and Zlatan, then I'm going Zlatan all day long. I think the impact he has. I think he scored a perfect hat trick for United as well. Left foot, right foot, and header. Yeah, I believe.
One of them was it against Saint Etienne in the Europa League?
I think that's the one Adam mentioned. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, right. I thought he was such good about thinking before.
So yeah, he's impactful player, presence, respected by everybody, and just had a fantastic reputation. And it's a shame again, all strikers we seem to get. It's a shame we got him late in his career because Ibrahimovic in his 20s, absolutely ridiculous.
One of the best.
We would have destroyed teams if he would have got him in his 20s. Same with Cavani. I just wish we had him earlier on, and it wasn't such a short time at United. I think he was really good.
Yeah. I think we've definitely signed more strikers over 30 than we have under 30 in the past, for sure. But past 10 years, Igalo, Cavani, Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo, Falcao, like I just mentioned there, so many that are over 30. It's actually mad when you think about it.
The last sort of young striker we brought in was Martial, wasn't it? He's the last one.
Yeah, but then he was bought in. I think he was a winger for Monaco, right? He was playing on the left side for Monaco because there was a lot of people calling him like the next Henry and stuff.
Would it be Rooney then? Pure striker?
No, it's Martial, because we brought Martial to play the number 9, didn't we? We gave him the 9.
He didn't play 9 for Monaco, did he?
Under Van Gaal, he played on the left, didn't he? A lot. He played a
So
lot.
who played through the middle?
Good question.
Memphis played. They kind of like interchanged, but then it was we had Memphis, and we had Rooney was there.
Rashford got given his debut as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Midtjylland, yeah.
We have Rooney. Okay, no, Rooney was there as well. So Martial came, I think, for a season.
Very interesting.
Right, but I've ended the poll anyway. It's 93% Zlatan, so there you go.
Okay, so the tournament. Out of Falcao and Weghorst, Falcao advances. Makeda and Larsson, Makeda advances. Michael Owen and Diego Forlan advances. Smith and Danny Welbeck goes 4th. Lukaku versus Saha wins that one. And then Zlatan and Martial, Zlatan goes through on that. So part 2 of King of the Hill will either be Friday or Thursday. To be honest, when we have a news day that's relatively quiet, we'll probably introduce it on that. So it's, we're not just talking about takeover and this and whatever and regurgitating other shit that other channels are doing. So splits it up a bit, makes it a bit funner. Read out a few more comments, Sam, and then we'll wrap the show up.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Martial keeps the NHS occupied when they're quiet. Just there we go with the hospital jokes with Martial. It started last week. It's starting again. Maybe our new Arsenal doctor will resurrect Martial's career. Yeah, maybe. Henry Jones saying yes, he did score a hat-trick, Sheffield United. That was the hat-trick from Martial. To be fair to Tony, he scored on his debut versus Liverpool, but no, Zlatan all day long. There you go. Mourinho made a big mistake letting the Lion go because of that injury. As soon as he went to the MLS, he scored for fun. Up until recently, he was scoring for fun at AC. Would have loved a season or 2. Yeah, absolutely. Would have loved that. Henry Jones, Ibrahimovic was brought in to replace Martial. I don't know if that's true, but sure. Cavani was brought in to replace Martial. Cristiano Ronaldo was brought in to replace Martial. Weghorst was brought in to replace Martial. I don't know if any of them. I don't know if you're joking, Henry, but I don't know if any of them are true.
No, I don't know to replace, but there's a thing about it that like strikers are coming and he threw his toys out the prom a little bit because he wanted to start at 9, which at the same time you can't really blame him for.
Aaron's asking Hernandez, like we're looking. I'm sure he's in part 2.
Yeah, he'll be in part 2. Don't worry about that. All the other ones that have been mentioned as well, the top ones will be in there, so don't worry about that.
Anonymous Mango, evening lads. Sorry, Chivy.
Where's the Galu?
Oh mate, it weren't even worth. Yeah, that would have been near the Falcao and Weghorst one. It was a toss up between Igalo, Weghorst, Falcao, and Bellion. So yeah.
Fucking hell, Bellion, David Bellion.
You can't hear him.
Yeah, evening lads from Anonymous Mango. Sorry, I'm late Hobart as well. Absolutely Mango. We're all good. I hope you're well too. Memphis, Martial, Januzaj, Rooney. That was the from Henry there. Should do one for our wingers and midfielders over the years. Yeah, if you guys like it, we can go through different ones. And stuff
we'll do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Any Onana updates? No, nothing. I've not seen anything.
Well, we've got a video dropping for the members this week on Onana, an insight into that when it gets announced, the signing itself, which should be within the next 24, 48 hours. So keep an eye on that.
Henry Jones, Igalo scored a hat-trick against Lask. I mean, yeah.
Hey, that goal as well, that volley.
Yeah.
Woo. Boy, fire.
I remember that. I was on holiday.
Volley. Best thing he done.
Yeah, and then Harun said no. I meant Hernandez was the last young striker we bought. How old was Chicharito when we bought him?
25,
23.
23.
I thought he was a bit older.
Okay.
Yeah, like 21. He was quite young.
I thought he was older. To be fair. Right, that's it. Yeah, we'll wrap it all then. And thank you for everyone always in the comments. Really appreciate you. And make sure you leave a like if you haven't already. Please do, and subscribe if you're new around here. If you like interactive stuff, news updates. Loads of different variety of content and guests as well who we're having on. We've got another guest planned. I'm just kind of working on it in a minute for maybe this week, the end of this week. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And as always, yeah, there'll be content. If anything breaks whilst we're live, I will go live about it, transfers, ownerships, which I don't think will happen. But yeah, thank you to Chive, Adam and Sam.
No worries.
That was a pleasure.
Subscribe, please.
£1 fee.
One subscriber. I'm getting that on the soundboard. That's going on the soundboard.
Get Chivy to record it for you, and we'll stick it on the soundboard.
It's only going on if Chivy records it.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm doing it.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Aaron Gregory, when's Phil Jones coming on? You know what? Let's slide into his DMs. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's try it.
Shoot your shot in it. Why not? Why? Can you imagine that it'll break the internet? That would break the internet.
We're gonna have to delete some videos. We have to delete.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Go
He'll
back.
break the
That
internet
takes so
and he'd
long.
bloody break his ligaments.
Yeah, well, that's at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil Jones. Can't go one show without mentioning him, can we? That's it.
Yeah,
Right.
he's like our mascot.
Yeah, he is. No, the capybara's a mascot, remember? Don't get it twisted. The capybara's on him.
You had an opportunity.
Phil Jones in the suit.
No, I've still got an opportunity. Can we have a bit of start? Can we appreciate the capybara, okay?
Come on.
Love it.
You know what? When
Love
we make merch, I'm putting a capybara on a fucking t-shirt. It's happening. It's gonna be
Yes. Best way to end
Jimmy,
it. Right, guys.
Jimmy loves capybara.
Yes, let's go. Right, we'll see you guys in the next one. I'll go live if anything breaks. Take care.
Peace. Go on, Beek.